Hello. Tell me if my mic's a bit too loud, because I have been messing around with some settings on it. Yes, I am up quite late. Okay, let's quickly switch over. Streamlabs, let me click what I need to. Yep. Load anytime now. Thank you. So, as if you're watching this from Twitch side, you've seen what this is already. I'm looking at what we know so far about Five Nights at Freddy's Plus. Obviously, if you're watching the recording of this afterwards, it will be in the title and in the description. So, let's first look back at the first ever image we got from this. So, this would be the first ever image we saw related to this. If I remember correctly, this would have been after Scott's announcement. So what we can see is Freddy in the front, and two other unknown characters in the background. Now, I did somewhat open up a few things beforehand, and like you can see, here is someone somewhat brightened it up, but you can, at least how they've done it, you cannot see what the characters are. Now, what I'm going to say is the two characters in the background are more than likely Chica and Bonnie. So if I quickly open this image in the new tab, there you go. I'm pretty sure there is a way to brighten up the image, but I cannot remember it off the top of my head without having to download it. So that's the first everything we saw with it. I'll get to this in a minute because it reappears up here. But this was the next. Okay, just saw that. This is the next thing we saw related to it, which was Freddy seeming. Yeah, I could do. Pretty sure Freddy has always been fat. The copy image, paste, Facebook. Oh my god. Okay. Nope. Let me try Google Slides. Oh, okay. You see, Yep, there we go. Right. Let's see. Where is the contrast editor? Doing dogs, I can try that. I just hate doing anything in docs as it is such a pain to mess about with. Plus, you also lose half the image whenever you try and zoom in on it. Okay, so let's see. Here we go. That's the wrong way. Yeah, what I think they've done with this image is put the eyes in the background, but not actually put any models to them. That is probably what they've done with it. So nothing too interesting on that one. But let's go back to the newer pictures. So we first have simple. This isn't Scott who's making this. So Scott authorised, I think it was 4 to 5 projects of fan-made games that I believe he's funding for, or he's given the funding for, made by different developers. So you got a remake of Joy of Creations by Nixon. You got Five Nights at Candy's 4, I think it is. You got Five Nights at Freddy's Plus, which is a reimagining of this, and then I think it's One Night at Flumpy's 2. There might be another one in there, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But this is what this is. This is a fan-made recreation. Yeah. So let's see. This is an early design. I think they might have changed it later on. I'm not too sure. But definitely a different design to Freddy, especially from what we see in the newer game. He appears with what we're used to with his black top hat and microphone, but black bow tie. So, yeah. But in this one, he appears to be wearing some sort of formal. Yeah, this one, I think it's just they put the background in and then put Freddy there as a model. But in this one, he seems like he's been made to look a bit more, or he's been made to look more smart, in a sense. And we got this that is in, I would say probably, it's in one of the hallways, is what I'm going to say. What you can see in this image is you got some different stuff on the wall. Not too sure what that is, because even zooming in you won't be able to see. You got the classic, or you got one of the TVs that you see there from the original game, sitting on top of, might be a shelf of some sort, I'm gonna say. And the typical spider webs. And then we have this. Let's quickly do this. So, this looks like the storage closet. So, you have the cleaning items, you have pizza boxes, which I believe are the same ones that you see in Help Wanted. You have different musical instruments, which include what looks like possibly a drum with Freddy's face on it. You got a vacuum which resembles a balloon here, which might be a reference to Ultimate Custom Night and FNAF 6. Then in the background is where it gets a bit interesting. You have the Lost and Found poster, the Lost and Found board, which will have items on, which is something not unknown with businesses, especially places like this. And then you have what is really interesting, which is a missing persons poster that has been ripped with the face off. Now, we know the person who is missing is male, as it says, have you seen him? But beyond that, we don't know too much about this person. We can also see down here, if seen, call 118, and then that probably says Fast Bears, I'm going to say. Beyond that, you just got your cleaning items. There's a bunny on that. I don't know if that's meant to be a reference towards Spring Bunny. That is a good question. It might be just because it's related to a person that went missing at that place. Like, normally you'd call the authorities, but at the same time, that there are some places that tend to ignore stuff like that and just say leave it for a while, but you never know. Yeah, so this is the box. There's actually, looking around this closet, I'm pretty sure there's a few references to different stuff, because you got the shoe that you pull out of Freddy Fazbear from Help Wanted by the looks of it. You got what looks like a frog clock with a wand on it. Yeah, you got a lunchbox there. Then you got what looks like maybe, it's quite hard to tell because it looks like it's got a padlock on it, but I'm not too sure. You got this and this, which I already pointed out. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much else in the closet photo. Okay, so now to the first trailer that was released related to this project. So I'm gonna keep quiet for the first run through on this, and then we'll speak about it afterwards. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning and quickly mute it. First, I believe the quality of this was deliberately done to match with the time period that this is in. But let's see. So first you get a normal sweep across the dining room. That's so. Despite it being blurry, I'm going to say that's probably Pirate Cove around there. You can't really see the main stage, which in a sense is a bit surprising considering the fact that there's enough light from the camera. You got a chair that's pulled out there, and over there you got a strange amount of light coming out somewhere. Yeah, possibly with the, or at least disable them temporarily. So yeah, that got a strange amount of light coming from over here. Now that could be where the bathrooms are based, but if you is what I was thinking originally, but it looks more like the light's coming down in a sense. But let's continue panning over again. Then I'm going to say that the flicking of the camera and the bad quality, again, I'm going to say that's probably all to do with the age of the camera, or the time that this is based as well. Because if I remember correctly, this was based in the early 90s, the FNAF 1 game. Okay, this is the first look at Bonnie that we get. And if you see something that I don't see, what I suggest is you just quickly clip it and then paste the link in the stream chat so I can quickly pull it up. Because that's going to be the easiest way for me to see something. Because I'm not going to pick up on everything. Because this is just me going over it with all of you. Yeah, first look at Bonnie. His eyes appear to be glowing, which actually makes it a bit unsettling because it looks like his eyes are somewhat popping out slightly from the rest of the face. You can somewhat make out the outline of him because you got the ears, which I think one stopped here and then you can't really make out the other one. And you got the body, but again, due to the quality of this, you can still clip on your mobile. I just can't remember how to off the top of my head. Yep, you got that. And this adds in the original unsettling feel of the of this. Again, it's hard to make anything out in this just because of the quality of the video that I'm going to say was deliberately done again, just to give it that feel. But we pan one more time and then I believe it's this one where it pans over to see. Let's try and get, there we go. So, that's probably the lightest you're going to get to see the face. So, Bonnie is right up in the camera. Yeah, if you want to, because I know you got my contact email, so or my contact on Discord. So if you want to send me there, and then I'll open it up. But let's see, what have we got with Bonnie? A I'm now questioning the height of this animatronic. Because this camera has to be at least 7 feet off the ground. Okay. But yeah, this animatronic has to be at least 7 feet off the ground. So, either there's something for them to stand on, or I'm misunderstanding the height of what this is. But this is the first clear shot we get of the Bonnie animatronic from this. I mean, it is theorized, which is probably or confirmed, sorry, that the animatronics are haunted in some of the games, FNAF 1 primarily. Though, I mean, you could try and argue that that gives them the ability to float, but at the same time, I doubt they're going to be able to lift up something that heavy. You never know. But let's see. So we've got the glowing eyes, which from this shot you can see they are in the head, but obviously when they're down there, due to the glowing eyes and their dark face, it does look like they're popped out a bit. You can see that it looks like Bonnie's keeping possibly the same sort of colours. Again, it's hard to tell, but looking at this, it might be Bonnie taking out the camera as it comes around, or disabling it. And then this is the first look at the map that they've used. If you have a theory, just chuck it in the stream chat. I'm not gonna say no to it. I don't think so, because this game is a reimagining of the first one, so it's basically a bit of a recreation with its own twist on it. But I don't think they would be able to do that, because understanding how a normal animatronic would work, for that to be in place, I have a I doubt very much that they would be able to walk around without causing mechanical failure. Yeah. Again, it could just be the something that it's standing on, or I might have got the height from the camera wrong, but normally cameras somewhere like that are at least 7 feet off the ground. So let's see. So this is the first look at the map. It looks like there might be 4 cameras in the main area. I might be wrong about this, but there's different pillars in the area which they stand on. Yep, this is the first look at the map. Now, let me quickly just go here and open up. So, if we quickly take a look at the original FNAF 1 map, you have the back room here, Pirate Cove here. That was the storage and cleaning closet. That's the kitchen, that's the bathroom, and that's the stage. So the map's very basic. Those are the 2 hallways, and then that's the main area. But if we go back to this, you can see we got some extra areas on it. Now, this area, I am not sure on what this is. So that's an extension off to the side. Um, Pirates Cove actually might be in. Hmm. Pirates Cove could either be here or here on this one. I'm going to guess one of these is probably the parts and service room. So that, I'm going to say that's Pirates Cove, because if you look here, that's the stage. So I'm going to say that's probably Foxy stage, and that's the rest of Pirates Cove. At least, again, this could have changed later on, but this is the map layout we have at the moment. That might be where parts and service are, because in the original game it's here, but they might have moved it down here. This, I would say, is probably the entrance to the area. So this is where the patrons and probably staff members would enter for their shifts and to come and enjoy their time there. Because I very much doubt that, because I'm going to say everything probably beyond this point is all staff only. This would be the bathrooms. We know that there's a hidden area off the map here due to FNAF, or at least, yeah, that's where the hidden area is. You have the prize corner over here, if you remember from Help Wanted. So I'm going to say that's that. Kitchen appears to, instead of being connected here, is connected over there, or where we all theorise it would be from here. It's here on this one. And then you got these two rooms. Now, I'm going to say one of these is probably going to be the storage closet, which might be this one as it's smaller, because then it could be either of these two. But one of them's a new room as well, which we currently don't know what the rooms are. But we will again find out later on. So that's what we got from the first trailer. Okay, the second one is called routine checks. So I'm gonna quickly steal that. And what I am going to do is once again quickly let this play so you guys can watch it in your personally, and then I'll say what I've spotted in it. Okay, so let's go from the beginning here. This time I'll probably leave the audio on. In fact, no, let's take out the audio again, just because it's easier to go through in that way. So let's see. We start off very basic, and this is more than likely a training tape of some sort, which is taking the new users through the checks for what appears to be the fastbare model of the animatronics. So first you have the wake up, which would be the animatronic startup, possibly around the showtime. Here we can see the arm of Chica over here. And then you have Bonnie to the left. Or left side screen, right show. Or, yeah, right, stage right, viewer left. So Bonnie appears to be holding a banjo instead of their electric guitar, which is what we originally saw. But let's see. Again, stuff is somewhat hard to make out in this just because of, and this is actually something I do have to quite like, or have to say I quite like, is the fact that they've given it the old VHS and with the security cameras the old camera type of view where it's not perfectly clear, you got stuff disorientating it. Yes, Bonnie the Banjo Bunny. Let's see. So one thing that is interesting is the fact that one of Bonnie's eyes is visible before the lights even come on. Then there's also some stuff visible on Freddy, so it might be, in a sense, a safety mechanic. So, in case it's night or the lights go out, you can actually see where the animatronics are. There was another reason why I rewinded back. It's because I thought I saw movement on Bonnie. No, never mind. That's just me picking up and probably Freddy moving and me thinking I saw something. But that, it seemed pretty basic in what it was. It was just Freddy in full, just looking around, starting up, or performing. So the next one we have is, as it says, the look around, which is probably looking around at every single person in the pizzeria. So this is at a different angle. So we got Bonnie, which appears to be powered off over here. Yeah, so I'd say Bonnie is currently in a powered off state, judging by the fact that the head is forwards, which tends to hint that it tends to go forwards due to the depressurization in the hydraulics. So you got Freddy just moving his eyes and then his head. One thing you notice is that I don't know if anyone else picked on this, but it seems like Bonnie's eyes flash in a sense. I don't know if that's got something to do with the camera or how they've set it up. But anyway, so this is the audience greeting. Now, if I remember correctly, this is the one where I'm gonna... Oh no, never mind. So you got Freddy just going around. Again, another basic one where he's just... If there's audio to this, it would probably be him just saying stuff to the audience, probably introducing the members, all of that basic stuff. It appears to go quite normally here. The lighting for some reason makes it look like there's something red to the right of him here. Yeah, sorry, stage. Yeah, right, stage left. So this is the fourth one, which is stage talk, and if I remember correct, oh, small talk, sorry. Now it said that there was 1 to 4 on the original thing, so I'm guessing these are the 4 ones that they normally test, and then there's an extra one which can be done. So let's see. Okay, now this is something which I don't know if you picked up on it the first time around, but Bonnie is not looking forwards anymore. At least not the type of forwards that he should be doing. He is looking directly at the camera, which means he has turned probably around 45 degrees to his left. I can't tell if it's just his head or if his entire body is looking at the camera here, but you can quite clearly see he is now active. Yeah, so he is active at this point because he doesn't look like the hydraulics are depressurized anymore. So it looks like they've actually got pressure in them due to the fact that he's looking straight up and at the camera. Now again, as it said, these animatronics are haunted, which I would say, while she might have some things that could cause the animatronics to do that, I'm gonna say that's probably related to that. But you got that in the background, which is extremely. It just shows the nature of the animatronics, basically. The fact that they're probably hostile and always watching. But on the side of Freddy, he appears to be acting normal. Did you also pick up on the fact that the camera panned a bit more towards Bonnie at the end? And it's... yeah. So, Friendly laugh. Can't remember if there's actually any audio for this. No, there's not. Okay. Oh yeah, there was at the end. And then it cuts off into an error. I also would not call that a friendly laugh. You were meant to stay paused. If you look there, it looks like... so the either of me and the twos. Okay, so I'm not completely familiar with how paranormal stuff works, but if I remember correctly, there is a belief that they are able to interfere with electrical items, and I would say with that they would, depending on how severe the ghosts are, depending how much damage they could cause. Because we all know why the place is haunted and why the animatronics are haunted. We know that the main killer, which is William Afton, killed at minimum 5 kids at this location, at least 1 kid at another location. There's some people say he's stuffed the body into the suits. Other people just reckon he killed them and hid them on the or hid them at the site. Either way, we know that they were killed, and that's more than likely resulted in the haunting of the animatronics. Now, it is more than likely that there are more haunted animatronics out there, and he has killed more people than that. But those are the official ones that Scott has shown so far. Or in fact, they might not even been killed at this location. They might have been killed at the FNAF 2 location. Also, yes, that does look like there's eyes in the dark there. Yeah, they could have been they were killed at like these five were killed at the same location as the other one, but these were the only ones that were brung to the new location as the other ones were scrapped. Yeah, and that's where that ends off. In case you're wondering why I'm moving these off the screen, it's because I'm just trying to see if, because sometimes people will spot stuff in these comments and lighten it up, which is what this one's about here. But no, it just seems to be either people commenting on how scary it is, or the fact that with the Bonnie one, they're just memeing the absolute hell out of him. Which I'll quickly show some of those after we've looked and reviewed this one. So let's look at this new one. I'll stay quiet without muting myself this time, and just watch it as it goes by. Okay, I know Streamlabs just had a... did you see the entire thing? Because Streamlabs quickly had a little moment there. Yeah. So, did it... so before Streamlabs had its little moment, did you... or was everyone able to see the end of that video? I'm gonna take the silence as a no. It didn't cut out, or... hold on. So... hold on, I'm gonna quickly check that that has not crashed the entire stream. Okay, right, that's everything I needed. I just quickly went over to Twitch and checked that audio was still playing normally. Let's see... okay, so let's start reviewing what we saw. So in this one you could hear the... now one thing to notice is it said quiet hours, but let's see what we notice. I've turned the audio on deliberately for this one, or just ignore me altogether. Are you... thank you. So the thing you immediately notice is the fact that there's obviously customers and people in there, because you can hear the chattering in the background. You can hear plates and cups being put down, clanged together, being picked up, being taken away, and you can also hear the music from the band playing. Now, it's not very clear what's going on with the music, but it is there. So here you see a clear shot, and okay, I'll just take it through on this. It was Streamlabs had a bit of a, or Streamlabs OBS had a bit of a moment there, so it quickly disconnected. That wasn't you. That was just Streamlabs having a moment. Don't worry about it. But yeah, so yeah, I'll go through the video again where you can watch it, but also hear me speaking over it. So you get a clear shot of Freddy and him actually performing here. Then you quickly pan over to Bonnie. Yeah, a bit of the lens messing about, but you get the first clear view of Bonnie with less distortion. Well, yeah, that's what you especially see it on the Chica suit when you go over to it. It does show that what Phone Guy says when he says the lines of "I couldn't blame," or something along the lines of "I couldn't blame them either," or the fact that he mentions that these suits are never cleaned. I can't remember the exact line, but he mentions the fact that the suits are never washed, so that would explain the dirty look on them. But then again, at the same time, if staff members know the dangers that the animatronics might try and kill you if you try and do stuff like that, I can personally not blame them for not wanting to wash the suits. Yeah, you get the view of Bonnie. Bonnie's just turning, performing normally, but not strumming the guitar. It's just head movement at the moment. So you go past Freddy again, and then so you get a brief look at Chica before this happens, where I don't know if it's just the camera glitching out. I'm gonna say that so that might just be the, so what happened with Freddy there is it might have been the end of the song. Don't forget they rolled animatronics. So what probably happened was end of song hit, animatronics went into the rest pose or deactivated pose while they waited for the next part of the program to load up. General Fear, yeah, I believe there's actually a name for that, but I'm not too sure what it is. Yeah, so the animatronics probably went into a rest phase there temporarily while the next part of the programming was rebooting. Because let's not forget, there's nothing mentioned about them doing anything paranormal during the daytime. So, Streamlabs, you are so late to that. Oh, Stream Elements, you are so late to that. My stream started over, what is it now? Yeah, my stream started a while ago. I just realised the live counter reset because Streamlabs had a bit of a fit for a second. It's going to be split in two on that part. But yeah. But anyway, this is them going back to the. Now that is not something you would want your kid around. If that is some nightmare fuel right there. And as someone who's not particularly, yeah, automotophobia, but yeah, that would not be something you would want to see. But that's not the worst part. Let's quickly go over to Chica. So there's Chica, half sitting in the dark, which is creepy enough as it is. But it's just something about the look of the animatronic in a sense. Yeah, definitely. But it's sitting in the dark. It's You can definitely see that the suit's covered in dirt and in some sort of, yeah. It's definitely got an extra more creepy. Yeah, I'd say most of the animatronics are probably neglected in this though. Um, yeah, definitely a lot more creepy than the original ones. Like even yeah, these animatronics are so much more creepy than the original. But then again, it is a reimagined of the original one. Now, to what I was gonna... Though on that part, I think it's just... It definitely shows what they're like during the daytime, and that it definitely stays creepy at night. Speaking about Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, harmless. But, so, yeah, definitely, definitely unsettling during the day, so at night I cannot see them being any better. Also, yeah, people will really start to make memes about it. Yeah, most people are agreeing that Bonnie just in that exact moment is one of the most creepiest things there. But that's basically what goes on in the comment section of this. Okay, so this is the next one. This is called. This is stage performance. um, I think this is the second to last trailer that we currently have out. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is definitely night. Oh, god damn it, wrong button. Oh well. But yeah, that's definitely somewhat nightmare fuel. I think they're nightmarish enough as it already is. But okay, next one. Again, I'm gonna stay quiet for it. Okay. Yeah, I wonder what that's referring to. You know, the major big words in the two major big words. The last things they probably the last words that was said to them outside of the room they were killed in was probably "follow me." Yeah, those are the main words highlighted that was said by William Afton, the purple guy. Though it definitely, in a sense, there makes sense why it got. Yeah, again, older. See, some of this stuff could really be explained due to them being older animatronics, but at the same sense, when you know what's going on behind the scenes, it does make it a lot more creepy. One thing we also don't know is how brutal William was when it came to killing them. If we want the full honest truth, no one knows what happened in that room apart from currently Scott, if he's decided what happens there. All we know is William killed them. But let's get on to this. So I'm going to turn that down a bit. So, this is the first clear look we get at all three animatronics together. Now, one thing that is confusing is the fact that Chica and Freddy have switched places, which is a really weird thing considering the fact that Freddy is normally in the center and then Chica is to the left or no, to the right or stage left. Well, yeah, again, if you ever watched any of the older FNAF content, yeah, but if you've watched any of the older FNAF content, that used to be a major thing in it due to the fact that it was theorised that these animatronics were. You had the old part of it plus the haunted part of it. But let's see, this Chica has some more resemblance to Toy Chica. If you look around here with that, but this Chica is definitely a lot more creepy than the original. But Carl, on the other hand, Carl is extremely unique in this because Carl has been turned into what looks like a chef. But let's continue. So we got the animatronics performing normally, and something I mentioned in the other one where you didn't see Bonnie's hand moving. This time you actually see it moving to represent it. I mean, it's not the worst thing that could have been done. In fact, that's probably the less creepiest thing about the entire thing. Does Chica still have multiple sets of jaws, teeth? I can't tell. But one thing I noticed that whenever it says follow, if you look at it, it has these. Now I don't know if that's meant to be where it starts or what, but yeah, there's definitely something wrong with the eye. I don't. So one thing we notice is, let's see, Chica is just the eye which malfunctions, but there appears to be a gap between both of their eyes. But I'm not. That Bonnie's looks a bit weird in a sense. Because there's no eye movement or blinking with Bonnie, which is one thing that looks a bit weird. So that's where we get the biggest glitch out. Yeah, breaking a graveyard was one thing that. So, I mean, let's see, what can we get from that? It could just be part of the song, but it seems a really weird lyric to put into something like this. Now, it could just be something that they used to do back then, which was somewhat normal in a sense. Maybe where people just, or younger people would hang out at the time. Or it could be a hint. Yeah. Or maybe it could be a hint that the bodies were. That William broke into a graveyard and dumped the bodies there to make it look like it was a normal burial. You never know. But let's not forget, I don't know how much information this person has got from Scott about the story. So I don't know how much is going to be canon in it. Is the main thing. Oh yeah, Chica has a nice bow on top of her head. Yeah, so the rest of the so both Chica and Freddy blink normally, and then there's just Bonnie who doesn't. This, I don't know if it would blink, because I think it's just put there to look like that, so I don't know too much about it. Because the only, like, game that you actually see anything from what we gave the nickname of Carl, but does he have? I can't remember if that was actually put as an official name. Yeah, it could be referring to Foxy. But yeah, with the only game that you see that uses its own independent animatronic is FNAF 4, but you never know, we might see something different in this. Yeah, so you got Bonnie who doesn't blink, and then Chica who has a faulty eye. And we don't see anything special with Freddy. One thing I did notice, and I saw some people speaking about in the comments, is the fact that you see hints towards the original trailer in one of these. I think it was the first one where you saw Freddy, where he actually put his hand, where it was the same pose that you saw from the original trailer of FNAF 1. But let's see, there's a glitch out, and then it goes into this. Also, there's something behind them moving, and I don't know what it is. Because if you look there, it's there, and then all of a sudden, it all tilts over to the side. And I have no idea what that is. It could be Bonnie, but he doesn't appear to be moving. Now, with this, it's a mix between scary, but it could, if it wasn't so glitched out, it could just be seen like the normal part of just slowing down the song. But due to the glitch out, I'd say this might, especially these words, that will quickly be sung. So, anyone who has been in the FNAF community long enough knows this. So I think the reason it went like it has here is because those kids took a chance following William, and the last words they heard, or maybe not the last words, but the last words that would have been said outside the room was probably "follow me." Because he probably convinced them and then said, if you want this, follow me. Yeah, it also looks like the cupcake's eyes have rolled back. Because, look, they're pure white. Hold on, let me quickly go here. Yeah, if you look at it, it looks like his eyes roll downwards. It could just be how the camera is. But let's see, if we continue, yeah. But it seems like maybe the hydraulics on it just went. But the one thing that gets me here is the fact that the curtains start closing, and then they're screaming. And I am not too sure what that has to do with. Because unless something happened that we just couldn't tell about, then yeah, it seems weird, but in a sense it is, or what it is. That part I cannot explain, and then the rest of it's just them continuing to sing afterwards. Then again, that might show that there is some paranormal activity that happens throughout the day. Could be. I mean, if I remember correctly, he was one of the owners of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. Okay, so this is the. Let's quickly refresh the page. Yeah, so this is the last update, and last update. No, that's wrong. Last update we've got so far, but if you've noticed, they posted. So this one was originally posted on September 12th, 2020. They just uploaded it to their thingy more. They uploaded a version on Twitter more recently. So that was the first one we saw, excluding the picture, which we already looked at. But then we got the first other teaser trailer on January 19th, 2021, so this year. Then we got another two in the same day, which were the three we just watched. Now to the most newest one, which was released on January 20th, which is what this here is connected to, and you'll see why soon. I'm going to stay quiet and then we'll review it. Okay. So, let's see. So, this is obviously Foxy. It's quite hard to deny this is not Foxy. The main thing that gives this away is the really memorable purple curtains with the stars and dots on them, or close-up stars, and then the more background stars, which are little white dots, which on this appear to be more glowing in the dark, which is actually something that's quite nice. Plus, you also have the eye patch. But this is from the inside view of Foxy. Now there appears to be some glitches between stuff. So you have Foxy moving about as normal. So I'm guessing the audio glitches are basically fast forwarding of time of him moving about. So, he opens up his curtains here. He lifts up his eye patch, and you can see what I believe is probably Freddy, because it looks like he might have a top hat. It looks like the ears are off to the side, but I could be wrong on that. Now, something I notice here is how the tables are placed. Foxy in this one has his own room. Because if you look at how the tables are placed, they're placed towards the show stage. Or towards the stage on this. Now, we know that the main stage has the table placements, or the main dining area has the table placements the exact same. Now, you wouldn't have them like that and then all of a sudden turn them sideways as well. So what this says to me is Foxy has his own room separated from the main stage area, which does mean that it looks like Freddy and the others have an extra room which they are able to fully enter. And we have seen that there are other rooms as well, which will probably give them the ability to enter those as well, which is going to change some of the gameplay mechanics quite massively. Because let's just go with Foxy. So original game, you have to keep an eye on him. He moves out of his curtains, and once he's gone from his curtains, he's running. Or once he's gone from the curtains, he's running. Now the question with this is it going to go once he leaves this area, he's going to run, or is it he's going to leave the curtains and continue moving slightly down before he starts running? With Freddy, it's going to be or it looks like he might enter an extra room before he heads towards your office. So it might go stage, main stage area, possibly the bathrooms, probably main stage area again, or main dining area again, Pirates Cove, possibly main dining area again, left hallway or right hallway, I can't remember which one it is, into the kitchen, as that's how you get through to the kitchen, do his bit in there, back out into the right hallway, and then down outside your office door where you need to close it. But then again, he might enter in that extra room that's where he normally stands. So there are different possibilities on what they are able to do now, which could add some unique gameplay to it. So let's continue. Let's see. So it goes blank here for a second as it glitches out. We can continue hearing Freddy's, as they put it on the audio tape, friendly laugh. That's not friendly. So here we have this. One thing I can also hear from this is it sounds like there's breathing. Though I don't know what the red, I'm guessing that's him going in to make the kill, but just listen. So there appears to be breathing or something along those lines. Now, I'm gonna guess it's pre-recorded breathing or something like that that's making a noise, because unless somehow there is someone in the suit, then yeah. So I'm gonna say that's probably a pre-recorded sound. Now over there we can see two red glowing eyes by the looks of it. Now that could be another animatronic, or that's probably one likely another animatronic standing over there. We don't know which type. That could even be maybe the endoskeleton if he's decided to make it so that can walk around. Because that tends to be the typical thing that people give the red eyes to. But you don't know yet. So here we see a flashing of pictures, which you notice I'm not really stopping on, and I'll show you why in a minute. So there's a lot that went past there. If anything, I'll open this up on the YouTube tab and go from there, if I really need to. But you have this part here that goes blank. And you, again, here, it sounds like there's breathing, and the way he's moving his head up and down and is slightly bent over makes it look like he is catching his breath back. Which is, again, a really unique feature. Because it's something you do not normally see from an animatronic. Especially considering the fact that they are designed at this point to only be on the stage. Let's not forget that. After the bite of 87 with a mangle coming down from the ceiling and biting the security guard's head, they were after that made to stay on the stage. Yes, don't get the bite of 83 with the crying child having his head put inside the animatronic and bitten and mangle coming down confused, which most people do. Because we know the 87 bite was the security guard, because we saw the articles about it. And then the reason we know that bite of 87 was or the one that we originally called the bite of 87 was now in 83, was because we ended up seeing the dates on the advertisements for Fredbear's Family Diner, which were dated on 1983. Anyway, so definitely breathing, and then it just walked forwards in a really mechanical way, which is different to how it was running. It stops here, and then the look up at the sign that we've already seen, which shows the exit. And it fixes darkness. Now, someone managed to get pictures of this. Someone went through, and got screenshots of all of this. So let's see. One of the pictures was the main dining area. I do believe that there was some that they missed, which I'll probably go back and take a quick look at. But we had the main dining area. Then we got the exit sign, which we all saw. But these two don't seem too important, unless it's referring to, like, hey, maybe one of the kids was abducted, was sitting at this seat, or something like that. But this doesn't seem too important, apart from maybe it's saying that at least the Foxy animatronic wanted to leave. Then you had this. This is the endoskeleton. That is undoubtedly the endoskeleton, and that's what I was talking about, the red eyes as well. You can see the red eyes. You can see the fact that it is the FNAF 1 endoskeleton base, just by the metallic show all around here. Even on these parts here, you can just see the entire metal structure of it. That, again, you got the endoskeleton inside of it, but you cannot tell what that is. That could be anything from what we know, because it's really hard to tell what animatronic that is. So that's then we got this. This is just a jar of animatronic eyes. That is basically what it is. That's probably where they had some of the eyes stored, which is different from what was put inside on the Canon side, but again, everything's going to be different. You actually got this, which seems to be a switch next to what is possibly a door. On what one? Describe the image. This one? I'm going to say it's possibly this one. Just remember that by this, I don't know how much lag you've got behind the stream. Because for me, I've got it where it shows up almost immediately, but you could have it where it's quite delayed. So, I'm just going to take a guess at which one you were referring to. I'll see if this is the wrong one quite soon, because you'll probably say something in the chat. Let's see. Image options. So, let's see. That's the brightness up. Yeah, so you also have this one, which is check. So yeah, they're also really pixelated as well. Let's quickly point that out, which makes it so much harder to in a sense get anything out of it. But yeah, that's definitely the endoskeleton for what you can get from it, but let's quickly cut that and then insert image URL, paste. God damn it, I forgot deleting stuff gets rid of the thing on Google Docs. Jesus Christ. Okay, so image options. Nope, no, not too much. So let's see, with this, again, the way they've done the lighting on this makes it really hard to find out anything about them. But it somewhat looks like the animatronic might actually be black that the endoskeleton's currently in. It definitely seems off. So yeah, you got that. But yeah, here you got the switch here. This appears to be some sort of door, which I'm gonna guess this is connected to. So the security office might be different in this, is what I'm gonna say. So instead of it being the push the button, it might be a flick a lever to close the door. But again, that's something we'll see later on. But just to quickly deal with anyone who's interested by this, it really seems like trying to get anything, or trying to hunt anything in the background of these is not exactly the easiest thing to do. So yeah, again, doesn't seem to be anything in the background of that. Or if there is, again, it is not showing up, which you can't blame them for not always doing stuff like that. Because again, this is a fan game. It's not, or it's not a fan. It's not exactly Scott going out and making it. It's someone making this on their own free will in a sense. I know the game's getting funded, but I don't know how it's going to be afterwards. Then you got this. that appears to be Freddy doing the. Uh, I can't remember what the song's called that he plays. But when the power goes out, that appears to be what that is. I'm not going to lighten that up because we all know the fact that there would be nothing around that most of the time. So, let's go to the next one. Say hello to what I'm going to say is probably the puppet. Oh god, I'm choking. Give me a second. There. Okay, yeah. Say hello to what's probably the puppet. I know some of you were saying that Bonnie is nightmare fuel. But this mask is in its own accord some sort of nightmare fuel. So I'm just, again, this is a guess that it's the puppet's mask. It could, because I don't really see it being anything apart from like the marionettes or puppet's mask. That is what it seems like. Because you've got the smiling face as a part of it, you got what looks like the tears, you got the eyes, and it appears pretty reflective. Again, something that I can not really confirm, but again, it looks like it would be the puppet's mask. You got this where Freddy is looking at the camera, something that is seen from the original games. For some reason I thought he was somewhat hunched forwards as well, but I may have been wrong about that. But he appears to be looking at the camera. It appears in this one as well that the animatronics have red eyes from the endoskeleton. Then you have a close-up of Freddy and the mouth area. Like, too interested on that one. And then you got this hallway. Now, I'm not too sure what this is, because let's just quickly. Let's quickly paste that in. So, this is a pretty dark hallway. Let's just do this. So, this is definitely leading to somewhere. You got those actually. Wait, what? That is Bonnie, I believe, actually standing there. That looks like there's an animatronic standing there. So you got. I'm gonna say that's probably Bonnie. It's actually quite hard to tell in the original shot because look. So, let's go there. That's around the original one. When you give it more contrast, it's so much easier to see. I might even try dimming it. Yeah. So it looks like this is probably the east hall. I think it's Bonnie enters down. So this is probably. Okay. This looks like it might be, but it's definitely Bonnie though. That is. It definitely looks like. Oh no, that's the west corridor, isn't it? No, I'm thinking about it. But yeah, that looks like Bonnie. So east is the one the Chica goes down, isn't it? So this is the west corridor. So it looks like that's Bonnie coming down the corridor. let's see. Yeah, I'm still gonna say that one's probably the marionette, but that looks extremely creepy. Again, so if I, where is it? That might say that we might see the marionette in this game. Let's not forget, when the first game was made, Scott was making it as a last-ditch attempt to see if he could actually get support on his games and not like people complaining that these look like animatronics or something like that. And so I don't think he had the law 100% thought out, or at least not as much as he thinks it out nowadays. So he would have, it was just the 5 animatronics that he put in there, and then as time went on he added more and more to the story. So that could be why we now see the puppet in it, just because it's now more thought out. That might be an animatronic that was saved. So we know, according to thingies that, or what we got from the game, it said that the toys would be scrapped. But then again, let's not forget in FNAF 3 we saw parts of the toy animatronics. So they might have been open quote scrap where, let's just say, probably William or Henry took the animatronics, made it so they could not work, move, anything like that, and then just left them sit somewhere and use them for parts. But let's see. Let's go on to the next image that we got. So that appears to be Bonnie, but with a speaker in his chest, which is a unique one. Okay, we saw it in the original one, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so Bonnie definitely doesn't have a speaker in the trailers we've seen. So it could be a different design of Bonnie plush. But this is probably at the price counter. So you got some different, possibly just normal empty boxes there, which are used. You got a drink cup there, and then you got Bonnie's head popping out one of the boxes. See, I don't believe there's anything in the background of this, or if there is, it's going to be extremely minute in a sense. Unless there's something standing directly there. I mean, there could be something standing there and just not realised it. And it can all be different things. I had to keep a closer eye on Streamlabs OBS because it had a little moment earlier on where it disconnected for some reason. I mean, I do want to try and look into everything in this. If for anyone who is in the chat whilst I'm gonna be messing about with this image, are you guys looking forward to the release of this game? That's the wrong way, in fact I don't even want to touch that. There's something in the background. But yeah, are you guys looking forward to the release of this game? Or what? Okay, so next image. Pirates Cove. Let's see, what can we see here? We got the showtime, which is probably changed after every show they have with him. So you probably have the main 3 animatronics, which are out there, which are probably from almost all the time, apart from the occasional breaks they'll have. Then you probably got Foxy, which, as the FNAF fan base has shown, popular character, but probably there more as it will be used whenever. But on this one, by the looks of it, what it says to me is Foxy isn't out of order in this. I don't see any out of order signs anywhere or anything like that. So to me it says Foxy is working. But then again, it also brings up the question of, is Foxy really out of order in the original one, or have they just put that sign there as a part of part of his play, or part of his act? Because if they have put it there as part of his act, it does make a lot more sense. Because if he was out of order, I very much doubt that even with the presence of spirits, he would be able to function. Especially, like, full sprint it down the hall. So it might just, so that out of order sign in the original game might just be there to go and be a part of his act, which would in a sense be quite cool. But then we got these lovely drawings that were in the original game, or original couple games, including that lovely drawing. And then there's a picture from the first teaser trailer where Bonnie had their face all the way up in the cameras. What depends. Yeah, the drawings are interesting. Of course, I made some of this joke. But these are the last 2 pictures you saw. So, I'm gonna do that because there's something there. You can see the hand of it. But if you look at this, you can see a Bonnie animatronic and a Freddy animatronic parts there. For some reason, the Freddy animatronic has eyes in it already, which is unusual. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, okay, I know what's going on. Okay, Streamlabs, I'm gonna lose my shit with you. For anyone who's wondering, no, you didn't lose connection. Apparently, every hour the stream will reboot for some reason, which is something I'm gonna have to change. Ooh. Yeah, so it appears Streamlabs for some reason on the hour restarts the stream every time. I'm gonna have to look into that because that is something that shouldn't be happening. And as you can see, considering what I'm doing here, I don't exactly want it being split into parts on the stream, because it's gonna mess about with stuff. So yeah, I will be looking into that after the recording, because it really should not be happening. Yep. Yeah, that's something I'm gonna have to fix afterwards. But let's see. So, what was I saying with this room? So, we got a hand there, which I'll brighten up in the image in a minute. But you got Freddy parts there, with some sort of metal endoskeleton chest cavity, maybe? I'm not too sure why that's there. But for some reason, Freddy already has eyes in it, which is really, really strange considering the fact that the eyes are a part of the endoskeleton, I believe. That connect onto it, in a sense. Plus, those eyes look pure white. But then you got the Bonnie one. Now, there's something really off about the Bonnie one because the black around the eyes looks so much bigger than it should be. But also the chest cavity next to it, it looks destroyed and ripped open. Which is a really strange thing. Because I know there isn't too much care given towards them in a sense, but I very much doubt that they would have something like that kept. Or it would have been repaired in some sort of way. Nor do I reckon the employees would have done something like that. I reckon that somehow a kid or some teen has gone up and destroyed it, which could also technically be towards some of the anger shown. Yep. Okay, so this is the one we've already seen, which is the missing person poster. It's just a more close-up version of it. Yeah, so far that's everything from what I've seen. Because again, we have Foxy just going about, looking around. I reckon that there's probably some pictures that we missed. But yeah, there is one which caught my attention, which I want to try and get to. Because the pictures do go quite fast. Let's just get past this part. But yeah, that's 100% an endoskeleton over there. Might just be the plain endoskeleton like we saw, or it could be one of the other animatronics looking. It's just a bit too dark to tell. So, there's the tables. There's the exit sign. From an above angle. There's the Showtime one that happened. There's Bonnie being creepy. Now this is what got my attention, which I didn't see. There's that. Now I cannot tell what that is. It seems so unique. What are you complaining about now? I do have to ask, is the stream still going smoothly, or do I need to properly restart it? I mean, I'm getting towards the end of what I was doing, because I'm going to have to look up why it's doing this. But yeah, you got this, which you can't make out what it is, and it does seem a bit weird. You have what look like teeth, or something like that. Oh, okay. No, it's because I'm getting notification errors from Streamlabs. And I'm looking at it now, and it's probably... It's complaining because I have... Look, it's saying I've got frame rate drops or something, but I don't see anything like that. On my side at least. Yeah, there's some sharp, really sharp teeth. So they could be foxes. That's what I'm mainly thinking. It could be foxes. Yeah. Hmm? Where was the birthday cake? Oh, maybe... Could be? Jesus Christ. Right, let's mute that. That is really unsettling though. And it's has got my curiosity on what it could be. Again, it looks like the puppet's mask, but a bit more of a creepier version in a sense. But let's see what else is there. Okay, so there's Freddy looking. Okay, I didn't see that originally, but that appears to show Freddy up into the camera. Which is really interesting. That could be a photosensitive Freddy. I think that's the name of it. That's also a photo which wasn't a screenshot in that person's stuff. No, I can't really make out what's going on in this one. But it looks like it might be on table level, maybe. Because let's see. So you got a vending machine there, which is something I didn't see in the original one for some reason. But yeah, Bonnie is standing there. You can see the ears as well sticking up. Let me try and go back to where I was. So let's look at this. There's a clock with what looks like damage to it. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So again, that could be nothing, but it could be something. You got the poster which says "Sank Day" above it. And you got a close up of the mask. And you got a lot of static and black before you get to back to the point of view of Foxy, where he is doing this. So, my personal views on this game. I think this is going to be an extremely amazing game, and I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, see it. Okay. But yeah, this is definitely going to be what seems like a start to a really good game. It should... Let's see. We don't know any release dates or anything like that, but they're showing some really promising stuff from this, which again is expected considering the fact that Scott is in a sense a part of it. But again, we will see what happens. This is all they've released for now, and in a sense, whilst it might not look like much, it is still quite a lot, especially considering the fact that they released 4 trailers over 2 days. Yeah, I'm. See, I was thinking about streaming for longer, but I need to work out what's going on with OBS or Streamlabs OBS because it's having. What I'll probably do is end this stream and then open up another one, which is just me testing stuff out. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will be releasing the video of it possibly tomorrow. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time.